In this video, I'm going to show you how to make one of those bouncy subscribe buttons using iMovie and KeyNote. Hey there, Anthony English here, and I help you get confident running your own business. Now, I suppose I should be asking you right now to hit that subscribe button, but you know what? I'm not going to, because I'm going to show you how to create it. And if you don't hit subscribe at the end of that, my loss. So now we want to go into KeyNote, and to do that I hold the command key down and the space bar and type in KeyNote. I am going to open a new file here, and there we are. And it doesn't really matter, I'm going to go for a very simple presentation, this one here, and hit create. Oh, I should point out that we do want it to be wide up here. So there we are. First thing is I click once in here, and then I hit delete. I click once in here, and then I hit delete. And the reason I'm doing that is I want to get rid of all of that. What we are going to do is insert. We can insert some text here too. Change my title of this file. And now I'm going to go media and choose. So this is where I'm going to insert my subscribe button, which I have just here. So far so good. Now a couple of things. I want to highlight that, and I want to get rid of this black border. Okay, so I just want the button on itself to be blank, so I want to have no border there. Okay, if I uncheck that, you can see that there's no black border there, which is good. I can select it again, and I can resize it, but that's probably going to be too big for my video, and I can resize it inside iMovie anyway, so I'm going to leave it at that. And now what I want to do is a couple of things. One is I want to animate it so that it bounces in, so I click on the animate button and add an effect, and what I want to do is drop. I can go to appear and move, and I'll have a look at some of the options here. All right, let's have a look at that. Let me highlight that and then watch it again. Okay. Whoop, I don't want to do build order yet. I want to add an effect drop. Yeah, that's what I want. I don't want the drop to be on the whole screen. I just want it to be on that subscribe button. Now, there's a whole lot of other buttons that we could put in here. After the drop, we could do something else. I could add another one, but I'm just going to use that one. I could add another logo. I could put in arrows and all kinds of things, but at the moment, I'm just going to do the drop. Let me just have a look at it again. Okay, if that's too fast, I can slow that down. Of course, that's going to take up more of my movie the longer I make it. Okay, it's probably a little bit too slow for me, I think. Make it 1.5. Okay, that's pretty nice. Now, so that's the action, is that it's going to drop in, and then I could rotate it. There's a lot of things you can do, but I won't play with any of that at the moment. We're just going to say we've got our movie now. But before we send it off and convert that into a movie, there's a couple of things we need to do. First thing is we need to go to the format and make sure that all of these are unchecked, because I don't want that text in there. I don't want any of that. Uncheck those. But the background, I actually don't want it to be a color fill, so that white is a color. I actually want it to be a no fill, and so I want it to transparent background. So let's have a look at that. And now the other thing that I want to do is now save this as a movie. So here's how. I'm going to go File, Export to, and I can actually save that bouncy thing as its own movie. Now, one thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to keep all of that, but the resolution, I want to change this to be I want it to be custom. And see how I said it's got transparent backgrounds? So that's the one I want. I want that option with the transparent backgrounds. If it's got some white around it, then that white doesn't get displayed as well as the button, right? So I hit next, and that's going to save subscribe button movie.mov. So that's what I'm going to import into my iMovie. And now the good thing here is that you can set this up once in KeyNote. Once you've created that movie, that can just be one of your movies in your library in iMovie, so you don't have to go into KeyNote every single time. But you might start to do this for other things as well. Like if you've got 5 tips for better YouTube videos, then you might have tip 1 and it could slide in, tip number 1. And what the tip is, that could slide in as well, or it could spin in. There's a whole lot of things you can do. Have a play around with it, but I'm just showing you the basics right now. So let me quit out of KeyNote here. And now it's time to go into iMovie, which I actually do have in my dock. And I already have a project here in iMovie, which is this one here. Have a look at it.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to make one of those bouncy subscribe buttons using iMovie and KeyNote. Hey there, Anthony English here.
Okay, so there is my video, and that is actually my previous subscribe movie, but I'm going to get rid of that one, and I'm going to import the new one that I just created from within KeyNote. Now, of course, your movie is going to be different from mine, I hope, and you may have your own other movie in there, and you may not point to the subscribe button the way that I do. So that's where I want to have the subscribe button. So that's where I want to import my movie. So here's where I do that. I go import, and my movie, subscribe button movie, that's it. And I'm going to go import selected. Now there's a couple of ways you can do it, but there is my movie there. Let me just play that movie now, so you can see what it does. It's doing that subscribe button, and you can see it goes for 10 full seconds, which is a long time. We can shorten that. But now what I want to do is just click on that, left click, and then drag that in over the top here. Obviously that's going to be far too long, but we'll fix that in a moment. So I'm playing it now. Right, so that's not too bad. The subscribe button is too small, and it obviously started far too late. And I'm actually going to move it along to the left. So I'm clicking and holding and dragging. And now have a look. Wow, that's too early. So I want to go, when I say one of those bouncy subscribe buttons. Okay, now I've made a big mistake there, which is that I shortened the movie. So I need to fix that. So I'm just going to watch that movie first. Right, so there's the movie. So what I need to do is come in here, and actually what I might do is make it picture in picture. And I'm going to bring it over here, drag it over here, and make it a lot bigger. There we go. Drag it over there. So I should have actually made it a bigger button in KeyNote. There we go. That's about the size that I wanted. So let's have a look at that. So what I do is I go.
I'm going to show you how to make one of those bouncy subscribe buttons using iMovie.
Right, that's not too bad.
Hey there,
right, and now what I want to do is I want to cut off that movie there. I don't want that subscribe button still staying on. So I'm going to drag that back here, and then we'll test it all.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to make one of those bouncy subscribe buttons.
Okay, it started a little bit too late, so I'm going to drag the whole thing, click it on, and then just move it a tiny bit to the left here, and maybe we'll leave it running for a little bit longer then, towards the end of that scene. So let's try this one again.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to make one of those bouncy subscribe buttons using iMovie and KeyNote.
So there we are. So in summary, you create the subscribe button. First you download a subscribe button or design one yourself. Then you create it in KeyNote. Add your animations in. Start basic. And then you can always enhance it by putting in bells, for the notifications. Create that one movie, and then hopefully soon enough you'll get used to doing it, what size, where it should be in your iMovie. And then we're ready to go. Once again, thanks for watching. My name is Anthony English, and please subscribe.